Hello, welcome to Rhode Island Farm Watch, a monthly show about agriculture in the state of Rhode Island. My name is Al Betancourt and I'm the Executive Director of Rhode Island Farm Bureau. And each month we bring to the viewers of Rhode Island issues that are of interest to farmers and just try to educate the public about agriculture in Rhode Island. And this month we've got the show on the road again, and we're going to be talking about the nursery industry and also the turf industry. So sit back and enjoy and learn about the nursery industry and the turf industry in the state of Rhode Island. So, hi Joe, how are you?
Hi Al, how are you?
Nice to help us out today. What's the name of your nursery?
My nursery is Wescott Perennials Incorporated.
Oh. So, tell me about the nursery industry in Rhode Island. Approximately how much money do nurserymen make? Nurserymen as a whole take in, the whole industry.
The green industry is $354 million to the economy of Rhode Island. That was a survey done in 2007.
In 2007?
Yes.
And nursery is the #1 agricultural industry in the state of Rhode Island, right?
Yes, it is.
And what do you grow here?
I grow perennials, container perennials.
What's a container perennial?
Plants that are grown in a pot and sold to either landscape contractors or to garden centers to sell to the general public.
So you do most of your raising in greenhouses like the one we're in right now?
About 30% in greenhouses and 65–70% outside.
Does everything start in a greenhouse?
Yes.
And I hear lots of times them talk about. Well, first of all, how do you plant? Give me an example of a perennial that you plant.
A daylily.
Okay, so how do you start a daylily?
A daylily is done by a root division. We take a root division, we put it into a pot, and we grow it for a year.
And then where does it go after a year?
Well, in the greenhouse or outside the greenhouse. Daylily production is outside in the open field. So it's planted out there, it's grown the following spring, it is sold to a garden center or to a landscaper contractor that does installations.
Oh, I see. So I hear them talk about plant propagation. What's that?
Plant propagation is how you make additional plants. And there are several different types that I utilize here. One is divisions, which I just mentioned. Another is rooting our own cuttings.
Oh.
So we take little tip cuttings from the plant material that's actively growing. We root them under mist with a heat bench, grow them for several months, then we transfer them to the larger pots, which are then grown out for anywhere 6 months to a year, and then sold to the garden centers.
How many acres have you got?
In production, I have about 3 acres.
Oh, just 3 acres. So you can make a full-time living on 3 acres of land.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, you can make a full-time living on probably the 4 greenhouses that are up here. I have approximately 15,000 square feet of heated greenhouses, and you could make a decent living on the 15,000 square feet of greenhouses.
What's the largest plant that you grow here?
Pot-wise?
Yes.
The largest plant I grow would be grasses. I grow grasses in 1, 2, and 3 gallon pots, and that would be the largest pot that I grow.
Well, you said in pots. Do you grow anything else other than in pots?
I do not. Some of my production is in the ground. I do some of my daylily for future use. My daylilies are grown in the ground, and sometimes my grasses are grown in the ground, where I then dig them, divide them, put them in pots, and sell them.
So you're basically ornamental agriculture, though, right?
Yes, I am.
You don't sell anything that we eat.
I do not. But some nurseries are now going that route, and they're starting to branch off. Most nurseries now are starting to branch off and diversify a little. There are some wholesale nurseries that have diversified and are planting vegetables for the wholesale market and to service the finer restaurants in Rhode Island.
Now, how has business been with the construction industry kind of like at a halt?
It's a tighter market. It's a very soft market right now for the industry in general.
Do you sell much too? Does new construction affect your business all that much?
New construction does affect my business. My business used to be 80% garden center, 20% landscape construction, and over the years it has gone to where it's probably 75% landscape construction, and 25% to the retail outlets.
Oh, so you actually do landscape
I sell to landscape contractors who install.
You don't actually do the installation?
I do not.
All you do is grow?
I'm just a wholesale grower.
But there are other nurserymen that do the whole gamut, aren't there?
Yes, there are some nurseries that produce plants, install plant material, as well as maintain them on a yearly basis.
Would a nurseryman be somebody I'd call to maybe mow my lawn?
Yes. The nursery industry is extremely diverse. It's made up of turf maintenance people, installation, arborists, sod growers, florists. Anything to do with the green industry is part of the nursery industry. The industry is extremely large in the economy of Rhode Island. In the recent survey that was done it was put out by the New England Nursery and Landscape Association, doing all of New England. The industry in Rhode Island employs about 11,000 people.
Wow. Do you have any employees?
I do not. I have had employees. I am just a small business, and I prefer to keep it this way, by choice.
Yep.
And there are a lot of employment opportunities still, even with the economy being like it is. There are a lot of opportunities for jobs in this market, but in that survey, they showed that there was room for about 4,000 more jobs in the green industry in Rhode Island.
Oh, wow.
So there is room for people to get involved in this industry.
Oh, great. Super. Well, thanks a lot, Joe.
All right, thank you, Al, for stopping by. It was a pleasure.
Okay. Right. And that's our show for this month. We'll see you next month on Farm Watch.